So I am sitting here with April, and April just got done, what is it, a few days ago with the program. So first of all, congrats. I know
Thank you.
it's a big journey. I know it's a lot of work, and there's definitely some, a lot of content to go through. But yeah, you
Yeah.
pushed it. You came along every week and did the work, and well, of course, that's what's necessary, and that's what pays off. So tell us about you outside of guitar. What's life like? What do you do? What's your main, your main story
Uh,
outside of the guitar?
Outside of guitar, I work full time. I work at a dermatologist. Sometimes I work on the weekends. I live in Colorado. I enjoy being outside.
Yeah, that's great. And so, how long had you been playing guitar before we started the program, and what got you into guitar?
So, what got me into guitar, I was in middle school, and two of my best friends started playing guitar, and they had other kind of musical things going on. They were both in the orchestra. I had no other musical experience, but I was like, that looks cool. I'm going to start playing guitar. We all loved John Mayer, so that was our influence. So, I started playing because of them. I taught myself mainly YouTube videos. It's easy enough to teach yourself basics, beginner things on guitar. If as long as you can teach yourself enough basic chords, then you can look up
Yeah.
songs and you can play a lot of things. Life gets busy. College, I didn't play as much. I reached to that plateau where you can teach yourself so much, but then it gets so overwhelming. You're looking at all these videos and you kind of don't know where to start. It starts throwing theory at you, and you're like, I don't even know what half of this means.
Yeah.
Um, so it got overwhelming to me, and I stopped playing as much. And people would find out that I could play guitar, and I'm like, "Oh, I play, sing. Like, we're going camping. Bring your guitar. Bring it to this party." And I didn't have enough knowledge. I mean, you can learn so many songs to play, but I didn't really know how to play with other people. Yeah, this is where your program has been awesome for me, because now I can play with other people and I'm not so scared of the idea.
Yeah, it's improved your confidence and
Yes.
playing. Yeah. So yeah, you play guitar, and of course, yeah, that's very common, right? You get to a point where you plateau. Did you always kind of know, or at least feel, that it was probably a theory thing that was kind of blocking you? What was your feeling there? Why did you go to a more theory-based program than something else?
Yeah, definitely it was, because I feel like I had about an intermediate level of playing technique. I could play bar chords, I could look up tabs and practice songs and get decent enough at them that I felt comfortable to play around other people. But where somebody's like, oh, let's just play a song in G, or like, I'm going to play a song that you never heard before and I want you to riff along with it. Like, that's where I wanted to be able to do that. And also to write my own music as well.
Totally. But so
Yeah.
that's great, and that's what I was going to ask you actually. So, well, what would you say are, if you were to pick a couple or two or three, like what would you say are the main things that have drastically changed, like before and after, and that you can already feel the benefits from now, because of course there is other things, like that will keep growing in the long term. As you know, it's can't go out mastering everything. You hopefully go out understanding everything and then knowing what there is to master and how to do it. But so what are the things that you can immediately, like, now tell, looking back before we started, oh yeah, this has definitely changed, whether it's in your playing, or like you said, in your enjoyment of music, or your what all anything, right, that you've noticed it changed with.
Number one, knowing how and what to practice. Um, Being able to sit down with the guitar and have a clear like practice routine. Yeah, I just feel more confident. And now even listening to music and being able to analyze that music, and being able to analyze it and be like, this song is in A minor, and now I can like play along with it, and it's fun. It's exciting.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Yeah. I mean, to me, absolutely, but that's why I like to ask people. It's like, I think a lot of people are afraid that theory will strip them away from their kind of like almost like magical enjoyment of music. It's like it's something like, I don't know how it works, but it works, and they get a little like, they're afraid to know kind of like the magician's tricks, essentially. Like they're afraid, I don't want it to like spoil it for me. I want to keep that
Right.
kind of mystery about it. So
Yeah.
do you feel that it like broke that mystery for you? What do you feel about that aspect?
No, I don't feel that way at all. If anything, it makes me enjoy it more. Yeah, you can listen to a song and be like, oh, that's what they're doing. And also with writing, getting into a little bit of writing, even some of the exercises that you gave, I was able to expand off of that. And now I have a couple of little songs that I'm writing that just started from that.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. So here's a big question I like to ask. Looking back at the journey, at all the things we've studied from day one to, like 4 or 5 months after we started, and seeing how the notions kind of step into one another and really kind of, there's a progression to everything. And there's a lot of nuances, a lot of little things here and there. Is it objectively complicated? Right? And would you have been able to do it by yourself with just YouTube videos?
No, I wouldn't have been able to do it with just YouTube because, like to say, I taught myself how to play guitar, but I was a shitty teacher, so I didn't do very well. So it's great the way you have it all organized. At times, it was overwhelming for me personally. Just everybody has busy lives, but
Mhm.
just working full
Of
time
course.
job and coming home and trying to dedicate at least 30 minutes to it every day. And then I know that I can go back now. I'm excited to go back to the beginning, and it's all organized so well. It's all there for you, laid out, very clean, very organized. So once you get through the program, you can always go back and look
Yeah.
at all that. But always been great at answering questions. And I know that you have offered, even now that the program's over, you're like, still feel free to ask me questions. That's great.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Not like, bye, don't talk to me now.
Yeah.
Last little thing that is the question I ask often. Let's pretend again we're talking to someone that's similar to you, which there are tons. Like there's no shortage of people in your situation or the one that you were before you started, right? Now that you are on the other side, what would you like to tell these people? What would be some pieces of advice? What would you tell to someone like this if you were sitting down with them and they were kind of on the fence or not knowing?
So I think it's absolutely worth it. Like I said, at times it can be overwhelming, but you just have to push through that. Yeah, it's one of the best things, best money I've spent on myself. It's something that I wanted to do for a long time. I've been wanting to get better at guitar for a long time. And yeah, I absolutely don't regret doing it. And I would say if you're on the fence and if you're thinking about it, just go for it. And even for the price that it is and everything, I think it's so worth it.
Well, April, that's awesome. I will say again, you were an awesome student. Keep studying, keep doing the things that I showed you how to do. Like it's the beginning of the real journey, right? Where like it's kind of like the course is almost like lifting a haze from where you are to where you need to go, and now you have clarity, but it doesn't mean that
Yeah.
you still got to walk the path. You still got to go there, right? And
Yeah.
so do it, keep doing it. You know what there is to practice now. You know how to practice it, and you also hopefully in the process, which I try to emphasize, is become a better musician, not just a better guitarist, right? And develop your ability to communicate with other people, expose yourself to these musical situations, to these conversations about music, etc. And if you keep doing those things, you could get as good as you want, right? You set the limit to what that looks like. Um, so yeah. Do you have any last thing that you'd like to say before we end this?
Yeah, just thank you for believing in me and for everything that you do. Yeah, I'm excited to continue the journey. It never ends. You can always get better.
That's true. I can tell you that for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, April. And yeah, take care. Have fun. Have fun out there.